This is your guy. You know who it is. Beezus.
And Jeremy.
And this is another edition of TSB. We are here once again. And it seems like we're going to be coming to you. It seems like it's going to be either Wednesdays or Thursdays, but we've been doing a lot of Wednesday stuff. So you need to be looking for us Wednesday or Thursday. That hump day relaxation. Sit back and enjoy two handsome men like ourselves bringing you nothing but good sports talk. Ain't that right?
That's right. Hump day, a.k.a. cut day.
Cut day! You guys know, if you don't know, look it up. Okay?
Look it up. If you will learn it eventually one day as you're listening with us, but just ask a friend.
Yeah.
They'll tell you.
Cutting is fun.
Cutting is fun. Just chilling.
Yeah.
So, you know, we that goes way back.
Yeah.
We have a lot going on in the sports world, kind of. I mean, it's kind of like that lull period. Wednesday, Thursday. We no longer have the NFL in the middle of the week.
Right.
No college football in the middle of the week.
Sucks.
We basically got the NBA right now to cover us Monday through Friday. And
shambles.
There's not always a good game on TV. I'm not going to lie. It's gosh, you know, we don't always get the Cavaliers and the Thunder and the Knicks and the Celtics.
Nope. Nope.
You don't get those games every night, you know. So, you know, you got to enjoy them while you can. But you know, we're coming in. Last game of the season for college football coming up on Monday. You right?
I mean, what did we say last week?
Ohio State.
And I said Notre Dame.
I
said Rudy.
You did.
They did.
For Rudy.
Rudiger.
They're going to need Rudiger this Monday.
They sure are. Because Ohio State looks ridiculous.
Ohio State looked damn near unbeatable in that game. Like, it came out to be like 28-14. It wasn't that close.
And it didn't look like that close of a score if we really talk about it, if you watch the game.
Notre Dame, great game, back and forth. Penn State and then went back and forth. I'm not going to lie, I underestimated Notre Dame a little bit.
I know I did.
You know, they got a couple, you know, they must have thrown a couple Hail Marys before the game out there. And not the football Hail Marys.
Exactly.
You know, but hey, you know, evidently God looking down on them. Yeah. They playing well right now.
Football God's answered.
So they are down to the finals in that game. We already know. We both said Ohio State's going to be the favorite. I think Ohio State
they win it.
Going to probably handle it pretty easily. Said it from the very beginning of the playoff when we talked about it. Ohio State as an 8 seed was a joke. They just happened to be the second best team in the best conference.
Yeah.
And then the team that they played and beat in the quarterfinals was the best team in that conference for the season, and they beat them, and it's going to be nonstop from there. So that's my take. If Notre Dame surprises again,
this is where the bus stops. Notre Dame. I was rooting for you for a game, but yeah, Ohio State looks tough, man. They look like an NFL team right now. They look like they can easily beat the Browns. So
I mean, especially when they benched the best quarterback they had. I think the Browns were playing for that better draft pick. They said, Jameis, you throwing a lot of interceptions, but you are scoring enough points so we might win a game. So,
right.
So we don't want that.
We don't need that. Actually, something the Patriots should have did, not put.
They did. They put in their third string and the dude balled out.
Joe Milton, no. Like, he was doing well. We saw what he was capable of doing preseason.
Yeah.
Come on, Kraft. Come on, May.
I mean,
Mayo, you knew better.
Someone needs to be drafted for some great draft picks or something because, you know.
That's Mike Vrabel's job now. Come on, guys.
Mike Vrabel.
That's his job. It's his job to get this team ready. I am not excited. Nothing can excite me at this point unless Jesus himself comes down and puts on a Patriots jersey and we can get some wins. We need more than 4 wins, fellas, and 5 won't count. We need more than that. Let's go, guys.
I think, you guys, I mean, if you were going to replace Mayo, I thought it was crazy he got fired. But I thought Vrabel
it's a good pick.
Was a good pick. I mean, he did fine down in Tennessee, and we see what Tennessee's done since he left.
Right.
I mean, he made Ryan Tannehill look like a good quarterback.
And that's tough to do, so I feel like
as a Miami fan, I know that's tough to do because he was awful.
We need something. We need a prayer. We need something right now because we just Patriot fans. I'm going on these Patriot fan sites and I'm seeing the disgust. I'm seeing the anger. I'm seeing the frustration. Hang on, guys. Hang on. Don't jump ship quite yet. You're a fan. We can't sit here and be too mad. We've dominated for so many years, guys. It's part of the team. It's part of. You got your ups. You got your downs. You got your right in the middles. Stay as a fan. I don't like fair weather fans.
I hate that. I hate when all of a sudden, you know, a team starts winning. Like I saw a meme today. it said Kansas City Chiefs fans in 2005, and it showed a bunch of people
All
sitting,
Patriot-
all
yeah.
sitting Patriots
All
uniforms.
Patriot fans, and that's it. Because I know some people who, oh well, I like Mahomes. Of course you do. He's winning. I like watching Mahomes as well. I think he's a phenomenal quarterback.
It's fun to watch. It's like Michael Vick back when
Yeah,
he played, man.
loved it.
I loved watching Michael Vick.
I'm not
play.
an Atlanta fan, but I'm gonna tune in for this game because
Yes.
who knows what I'm gonna see? Because I'm a fan of the game.
I
first.
like watching Saquon Barkley and Remember Barry Sanders watching
on,
that
man.
dude play? You knew you were going to get one where he went ahead and he put his foot in the ground. The defender went to tackle him, and the defender looked up, and this man had teleported 6 feet to the left.
He's giving us a self hug.
So I mean, those are the guys that are fun to watch, and you have a few of them now. Patrick Mahomes is that way.
He's that guy. Yeah.
Josh Allen's fun to watch. He hasn't won that big one yet.
Yep.
That's coming.
Lamar Jackson, another
Lamar
fun guy to
Jackson's
watch.
Fun to watch. Like those are guys that are fun to watch. Doesn't mean you have to dip out on your team. I'm a Dolphins fan. If I can stick with them through my life, anybody should be able to stick with their team.
That's a fact.
You know, and when it comes down to it, as much fun it is to watch Mahomes, Allen, Lamar Jackson play the Dolphins, I'm hoping that, you go off for the rest of the game. I don't want you to get injured past that game, but I hope you go down the first quarter for the rest of the game.
Yeah, get him off this field.
Just
right
stay
now.
off the field. You
Please.
can play next week.
Please.
I don't ever want anyone to have a long-term injury, but against my team, I mean, I think they need a rest day. When are the rest days going to start coming? I keep saying Tua needs to take a rest day against Buffalo because every time they play Buffalo, he gets hurt. We're going to lose those games anyway, and then we end up losing the 4 games after because Tua'd.
He's Tua tired.
Yeah. So, but
looks like Hill was tired too. He just decided to stop playing.
well,
What's
no
up
one was
with
throwing
that?
The ball for no one's throwing the ball for 10 weeks. Well, he just had wrist surgery. He was supposedly needed wrist surgery since like week
I heard
4.
that. I heard that.
And he played through it the whole season. But now I heard that he's looking to leave Miami.
Which is crazy. Like, where are you gonna go?
He's probably gonna go back to Kansas City.
Should have never left. Well, I know you had nothing to. Well,
probably
who
go up to
knows?
fucking Buffalo. My luck.
Man, they don't need it. They don't need it. Y'all already winning. You don't need it. You don't need no help. Josh is good. He don't need no help.
Josh Allen throwing bombs to that man.
No, I don't want to imagine. He's in my division. He's in our division.
Yeah,
That's the last thing we need is more weapons.
Never hear the end of it in my house. But speaking of coaches, how about them Cowboys? Mike McCarthy.
We called it. See ya. Bye bye. It's been fun.
Not an official interview, but yesterday,
Hey.
Jerry Jones met with
Who?
Primetime.
Well, Prime's gonna want Shador to come with him.
Yeah, he's gonna try to figure out a way. Supposedly it was just a talk. He says he loves it in Boulder, loves it in Colorado.
I bet he does.
Yeah, you know what else he likes? What? Them greenbacks. Yeah.
They have not offered. when that offer comes up, like, okay, for instance,
It's got to be a lot though. I heard he's making like $15 million.
that's cool. But if I'm gonna pay you 40, what you doing? Okay. Let me tell you a story. Let me tell you a story for all our young viewers out there that haven't been alive as long as we have. So there's a guy named Johnny Damon, right? Okay. I know I'm switching sports, but I'm still pissed about this. Love Johnny Damon, Red Sox. Guy had a full beard, nice beard, long hair. Was a great player for us. Gets on TV and says this: "I will never leave Boston. I love it here. You would have to do X, Y, and Z to get me out of Boston, out of this Boston attire." To somebody's social security number came up, and you saw all of those digits right there, followed by zeros. What'd you do? You're on the first thing smoking to New York, shaved your beard, cut your hair. You look like I wouldn't even know who you were.
Man, he went to New York, and I don't know why Boston was everyone's surprised.
Why are you shocked?
Why were you shocked? He left Oakland,
right?
Him and Jason Giambi.
Talk to me.
Left Oakland because they have money. Because listen, Oakland offered him a number. His agent said we're good at that number. It was highlighted in Moneyball.
Right.
Offered him a number. They
Great
said
movie.
they were going to be good at 7, and then Boston offered him 7.5. And when he called up the guy from Oakland, he was like, couldn't match it. He was pissed off because he had told them they were going to be good at 7, and then he went and used that number to get him $500,000 more. He left a team where he made it to the playoffs,
right? Talk to me.
And did everything else, and he left them over $500,000. So the fact that he left to go to New York, no surprise.
We knew that.
You knew it was coming.
But stop lying. Stop saying what you will and won't do, because once that money comes and you see those zeros and your brain starts working and you're like, well, I could set up this for my family, and now this becomes generational wealth, which we all strive to have. Come on, man. We know you going.
I don't know if they have deals with their. I don't know the inner workings of how contracts work. I don't know if athletes have a contract with their agent that says they have to take the contract with the most money, or they have to go to the best one, or they have to pay the agent on the highest money given.
You got to get paid.
And the agent, even if you decide to go to the other team, you still have to pay him on the best deal he got you. I don't know what it is, because I can't imagine.
Right.
And Brandon knows this through and through. I don't care. If Boston was the only team to offer me a major league contract,
talk to me. What you doing?
I would probably join it.
You have to.
But
it's no
if
problem.
the Yankees offered me $20 million and Boston offered me $25, and I've been playing with the Yankees, I'm staying in New York.
Thank you.
That's how I am, and that's with any team. If I grew up a Yankee fan and I was playing for the Yankees and I played 5 years with them, and the Yankees offered me with millions of dollars. I don't care if it's 10, 15, 20 million. You make it 15, 20 million a year to throw a ball, I'm happy.
I'm good.
And some other team offers me an extra $5 million a year. I'm staying in the team I've been with, and I'm staying with the team I grew up loving. That's just how I am. I like money, not that much, to just bail on my teammates, bail on whatever. I don't get it. I know Freddie Freeman went to the Dodgers from Atlanta, and there was a big deal about that. Kind of got swept under the rug, but evidently, and his agent ended up getting, I think, the kibosh. He fired him afterwards. The agent didn't tell him Atlanta gave a counteroffer after the Dodgers off the contract that was almost the same amount, if not the same amount, and the agent never went to Freddie Freeman until after they had signed with the Dodgers.
Damn.
And he loved Atlanta. Like, he was in tears about it when he signed with the Dodgers, and then it came out afterwards that this contract was offered, and it was very similar, close to Dodgers offer. He was upset because he didn't know anything about it.
But now, fast forward, I don't think he's that upset.
I wish.
Let's go.
I need that agent too now, because he could have stayed in Atlanta, and the Yankees would have a 28th World Series title.
Somebody else would have beat him, Jeremy.
No one else.
Let's go.
No one else is going to beat him. Probably been the Braves.
They would have had another star out there.
They would have had another star out there. But that's Primetime. I like Primetime as college coach. I think he's doing a great job. I hated him as a player. Not that he was bad.
No.
Just he was an arrogant son of a bitch, and he was against my team. He never played for my team. So, I didn't like him as a player, and I thought he was an arrogant jerk. But, I see him, how he talks to these, kids at college, and he holds them accountable. For him, he does. If you want more money, go somewhere else. I saw this past week where he was like, if you are a senior and you're getting D's and F's and you're not showing up in your class, you're now affecting me. We will hold your nil check until you get to class, because part of your agreement to get that money is to show up to class and do what you're supposed to do. He requires them to sit in front of their class.
I like that.
Because he knows that 95% of the guys in that room are not going to play in the NFL.
That's fact.
Or they're going to play less than 2 years, and they're going to make the league minimum. And, sounds like a lot of money, $700,000-$800,000, but after taxes, you bring home $400K, and all y'all youngsters, $400K ain't going to last you shit.
No, it won't, especially with the type of lifestyle that these gentlemen like to live.
Yeah, $400K barely buys their damn earrings nowadays or their cars.
That's facts.
I mean, so, he's trying to teach them you got to be accountable every single day. And that's what I like about it. And I don't know. I think he'd be a good coach in the NFL. I think players would respect him. They got to do something in Dallas.
They do.
Mike McCarthy, they said Mike McCarthy is already interviewing for 2 other jobs, which is baffling.
Well, he'll get it, because they're going to look at what he did, of course, for Wisconsin. I mean,
Green Bay.
Yes, yeah. I mean,
he won 1 title in 12 years with one of the best quarterbacks.
That's all you need. That's all you need, Jeremy. That's all you need, bro. Look at if we could look at somebody like Phil Jackson, not to jump sports, but I just like to look at coaches, winning coaches.
Yeah.
Phil, right now, if he decided he wanted to coach, somebody's going to look at him.
He won 10.
I get it.
Excuse me, 11.
I get it. But once you get in that win, once you are a winner, a lot of this, everything changes.
I just don't get it. I don't think Mike McCarthy's a very good coach. He has had stacked team after stacked team after stacked team, won 1 Super Bowl ring. Meanwhile, you got coaches that get 1 or 2 years. Some coaches like Flores, who got 3 years, had a winning record, and Duke can't find another job. Now he's supposedly the front runner for Chicago.
Right.
He was the defensive coordinator for Minnesota this past year. Supposedly is one of the front runners for the Chicago Bears job. I liked Flores. I know he stirred a lot of pots when he left Miami, but to me he deserved it.
Mhm.
Like, he went for a job interview with the Giants. And the night before his interview, Bill Belichick, your boy, sent him a text message like, "Congratulations, Brian. Blah, 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 and he was like, on the job or whatever. And he goes, "You know something I don't?" And Bill Belichick texts him, "Sorry, wrong Brian." He meant to text Brian DeBoer. Flores hadn't even interviewed for the job yet. He was going the next day.
Right.
And they had already made their decision because Bill Belichick knew about it.
And he was just, so you wasting your time going, bud.
Yeah, and he was doing the interview. If anyone doesn't know the Rooney Rule, you were required to interview two coaching prospects of minority.
Right.
So they basically literally put out there that they were just putting him on the list
just
to interview, just so they could say they followed the Rooney Rule. Because
Exactly.
they had already chose their coach, and Belichick somehow already knew about it. He wasn't even coach. He was coaching.
He's an insider. He got it.
He already knew. So, that came out, so he obviously had some words to say about that. He had some words to say about the owner of Miami being mad because he refused to lose games at the end of the season to get better draft pick.
Right.
But I hope he gets another shot. You got him out there, and then obviously the couple of the coaches that are still assistant coaching right now are up for some of these spots too.
Belichick, sit down, bro. Like, we don't. Just do your little college thing. You're a 72-year-old man at this point. As a Patriot diehard, you've done a lot for us. We understand that.
You don't think he's gonna do good at North
Sometimes,
Carolina?
and I hope he does. But sometimes, man, you gotta know when to walk away from stuff, man. Let somebody else do it. Let somebody else get an opportunity.
He's 72 and he's won 6 Super Bowl rings. 6.
Time to go.
6.
To me, go ahead and date your little 26-year-old girlfriend.
I know. Now you're going to a college. You're bringing that girlfriend on a college campus. They're going to meet the starting quarterback.
And here's the thing with guys like this. He comes from an old school era, so he doesn't understand this NIL money situation where I don't want to play because you're not paying me X amount of dollars, and I don't want to mess up my portal situation. So these guys don't understand that. They don't come from an era like that. They come from, you're on this team, you're going to play, I want you to play hard, I want you to commit to this team.
Exactly.
These guys aren't about that. They're about how much money can I make while I'm here?
It's insane. These players that are leaving colleges, there's no loyalty anymore in sports.
What you paying me?
None. And it has trickled down.
Yeah.
All the way down into my son plays travel baseball. These kids jump ship faster than all over, and this one, for them, it's not even money. They go chasing after, what they, I hope the parents are choosing what they think, especially sometimes they go to teams that they think are like these big name teams. They're these national teams. It's hilarious because they're not any better, maybe a little bit better than the teams that are just local teams.
Right.
They don't really do too much. I mean, we played against them, we've beaten them, we've lost to some of them. But, it's just one of those things how fast, sports are changing. It's trickled all the way down into even in high school, kids joining private schools because they don't want to play for the school they're at. They're joining, they're leaving one high school, they'll join a magnet program for another high school.
Right.
Where you went, they have the math program over there, whatever, the business program, whatever, which one that is. They'll join that one to go play baseball or football over there, or they'll go Green Run has been doing it in football. They have like a science program over there or something, or business program where you can go over there. You can say you're part of that program as long as you get into it. You can go over there and you can play football for that school or whatever. They're using these academic programs to recruit kids.
Yeah.
And it's crazy. We're in high school. It's supposed to be like, I grew up here. This is my neighborhood.
This is my hood. I'm representing my hood, and even then, it started with the loyalty. Started there, like you said. There's none. I remember playing in middle school, and I went to Lynn Haven.
Lynn Haven
Blues. Then I transferred to Princess Anne Middle, and I was a Panther. And I was what were we, the Blues then? But as soon as I got over here, my loyalty is here now. I'm here now.
Well, you didn't transfer because
I transferred.
Moved.
I transferred because my folks got a home. They bought a house. So hey, we're gonna live over here. Cool. All right. Well, this is the school I'm going to. It wasn't. These kids now is different because they see their stars. They see the guys they look up to. These guys are making millions of dollars and they're 18, 19 years old. That's what I want to be. And I can't blame these children.
A lot of them are leaving teams because they can't get playing time at the school or the
That
team
too.
they're at. Some of them are that reason, which to me is crazy. My son and my daughter, I've taught them that the only time Jaden left the team was both times was the team was folding,
Right.
and that's why he switched teams. But both times when he joined new teams, he had to earn his spot. And when he first got to one of them, it was a really good team.
Right.
They were really good. And I told him, you can't be just as good as the guy that's already at that spot. You have to work harder,
Be better.
and be better than him.
That's a fact.
And it took him a long time. And I had nothing against it. Coach kept looking at me like, he's doing a great job. I was like, you don't have to explain yourself. Like, to me, like, I've been a coach for a long time. You don't have to explain yourself to me. As long as you're being fair, and in your mind you're being fair and you're not playing favorites, then, you have to do what you think's best for the team. I don't question a coach. And Jaden worked his way up. Eventually became one of the better players on the team. Starter, pretty much any position he wanted, batting second or third in the lineup. But he had to work, and that's the way I've taught him. You're not going to just get handed. We're not going to move you to a team just so you can play where you want. If you want to play there, you got to earn that spot. And that's
earn. There goes that word again. Earn. What?
No one wants to earn anything now.
What? I'm supposed to walk on this campus, dog, and I'm the man.
Yeah.
Give me the ball.
Like, and that's what's happening too. You get these kids that go up to college their freshman year, and they're like, they don't get a chance to start, so they just automatically transfer out the next year. Like,
well, I'm gone. See ya.
It's like they're in free agency every single year.
Yeah.
Like, it used to be like Arch Manning. We'll use him. He's probably the most known college football player going into next season. He'll be playing at Texas. Ewers, I guess, is going somewhere. I don't know. I didn't pay attention. I just caught that Manning's going to be the starter next year. He's the starter at Texas here, and it used to be back in the day, back when his uncles played, that meant he was going to be there the next 4 years. It just means he's going to be there next year, guys.
Yeah.
After next year, he could end up at Alabama.
Yep.
He could end up at Michigan, Ohio State, Penn State.
Is his stock high? What did he do? Did he have a great year?
He didn't. He only played a couple games.
No, I'm talking about if he goes through his sophomore year
and he has a great
and
year,
he's balling out. Guess what?
That nil money, and that's to me where you got to have a thing where if someone accepts nil money, the new NCAA rule, if you accept nil money and you're receiving nil money, you have to stay at a place for at least 2 years or 3 years. You got to put some kind of limitation on it.
Yeah.
Otherwise, what's the point?
I'm going because South Carolina over here offered me, they said they're gonna pay me $10 million.
They get like 5 different college experiences.
That's all I want to do. I just want to make
party
it
up
money.
in Texas. I'm partying up in LSU.
Yep, I've been here. I'm a traveling man.
Hey, listen, I want to see Vegas,
Yeah.
UNLV, and then I'm going to go down to check out Mardi Gras with
Why not?
LSU and Baton Rouge.
Why not?
And
Why
I heard
not?
South Beach is nice. Let's go to the
Fire.
University of Miami.
Let's do it.
Let's go. Okay.
And I'm a millionaire every place I go.
And you know what? I heard that them ski bunnies out there in Boulder, Colorado. Woo!
Yes, sir.
I mean, that's.
I can stay warm through the winter.
Hey,
I'm warm through the winter now.
Football season's cold.
Yeah.
Sometimes you need to warm up.
Some study partners will do.
It's crazy. I don't even know what to say. That's all. We got way off on the side.
I can't. But this is one of the things I can't be mad at these kids because this is like
Dude, if I was 1920.
what? If somebody said, Jeremy, we're gonna give you 10. Let's just say 5. We're gonna start you out with $5 million to come to this school.
You'd have had me at $5K to play baseball. I mean, 5,000.
You're
$5 million?
paying me? Like this is what I thought. When we were kids, you wanted to make the pros in order to get this money.
Now you can get it.
I can get it in college. So hell, if it takes me 6 years to go to a school and before I graduate, 6 years. I'm gonna try to make some millions.
I don't know. Jaden's got a phone call with a college coach tomorrow, man. I hope they got some bill money.
Yo, that's what I'm saying.
Probably not.
Like,
but
hey, you never know.
You never know. He's
You
a
never
junior.
know.
He's got 2 or 3 of these
Never
coaches
know.
reaching out now, emailing calls and everything. Hey,
Take it.
Jaden, you gotta be more outspoken. You gotta get more followers on
Take
TikTok.
it.
That's what they're looking for.
It's time for you to retire, Dad, Jalen. Come on, Jaden. It's time.
Jaden, come on now.
Jaden, come on.
Let's go. We'll sign it up, and then you can go off and become a New York Yankee.
And then you can play at 18 colleges.
Yeah.
And don't forget your uncle. He likes to travel.
Yeah. Listen, front row seats.
Okay.
At Yankee Stadium, Fenway. We'll go to all the games.
Let's go.
We'll be there, and we'll be the loudest supporter.
Oh, that's a fact.
Listen. If you played for Boston, I'd still cheer for you, but I'm still.
I got a hat for you.
I'm not rooting against the Yankees.
I got several hats for you, Jeremy. We could start fitting them right now because we already spoke about this years ago. He is when he makes the league,
I'm not any team but Boston. But listen, if that's the one that makes the offer, not much I can do about it. And I love baseball, so it would hurt my soul.
Great.
Dude.
That'd be so great to see a red B on your head. Look at this! I'm taking mad
We're
pictures.
going into free agency as quickly as
Taking so many pictures. Look at your dad.
You're gonna Johnny Damon them real quick. I'm never going anywhere 1 year later.
Can you?
Yankees.
I can see this man up here. His son's having the best game of his career. This Jeremy.
Throw the damn no hitter.
Smile. Smile, father. He's having a great game. This him. You want something from the concessions? I can't even watch this game.
You remember Invincible, the movie there with
Papali, right?
Papali, yep. And his girl showed up in the Giants shirt even though he was playing. She didn't know whether to cheer or the whatever when he got the touchdown to win the game.
You better cheer for that man.
Boy,
Come on now. What a great movie.
If you're gonna help spend the check, you better root.
You better root. You better. Hey, you better.
She out there helping spend that check.
You better be my biggest cheerleader too. Stop playing with me.
I promise you, she didn't work in that bar too much longer.
That's a fact.
So, but yeah, no. So like I said, McCarthy's out.
See ya, bud.
All the coaches going all over. Obviously the playoffs coming this weekend. You have a couple games on Saturday. I want to say they're at 3 and 6, and then you have a couple games on Sunday.
Sunday games.
Yeah. Excuse me, those are 3 and 6. Saturday's games are 4:30 and 8.
We'll be watching all of them.
Be watching every single one because they're now we're getting into the fun times.
Yes, sir.
You have I believe we'll pull up exactly when I know the second game on Sunday is the game that's going to be the one drawing the most attention in my house and probably the biggest game of the weekend. That's going to be the one that most people are watching. But I'm dang man, hold on, look at that. I'm pulling up my phone, man. Got Taylor Sheridan, guy that did Yellowstone and everything. Got Michael B. Jordan starring a Navy SEAL action thriller.
Oh, that's gonna be good.
That's gonna be good.
Keep your shirt on, my ladies watching.
Yes,
Jesus
please.
Christ.
Damn, it's almost as bad, man. He's as bad as what's his name? That gosh, he was a horrible actor, but funny in some. Channing Tatum.
Oh yeah.
Always has his damn shirt off because that's the only thing they could get to keep away, so you didn't see his bad acting.
Well, that's gonna be written in this script. Take your shirt off, bud.
Take your shirt off.
The ladies like it.
We complain like certain females are always dressed in the tightest.
But they're not taking it.
No.
They take your top off.
Yeah,
respectfully. Well, I know my wife's watching. Respectfully, I'm talking about for all.
We have to say respectfully. Meanwhile, Michael B. Jordan on the screen, they're drooling.
I'm talking about for all the single men out there, that are looking for.
I'm still watching. I don't care.
I'll look like this.
I'm not getting the shot, so I'm just gonna watch.
I'm looking like this. Ah!
That's so distasteful.
Yeah, okay. All right, well, you can leave. You can get up and go.
Desperado.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Jesus. Oh my God. We're not talking about the Qatar case either.
No. Selma.
Hi. Still. What is she? She's like 50-something?
She's at least 50-something.
Unbelievable.
That movie's 25, 30 years old. So.
She's, like I said, respect.
Man.
It's a beautiful
Antonio
movie.
Banderas didn't play around.
I salute you, sir.
Yeah, I mean, did you see him in Original Sin with Angelina Jolie?
I did.
Jeez almighty.
I did.
This dude must have had that specially written in the scenes. Like,
Get a hot chick.
Get a hot chick and have the most ridiculous scenes
We have to.
known to man.
No, I'm not in it.
Yeah, exactly. So, Sunday's games are the first game is going to be the Chiefs and the Texans. I guess they put that one first because I think they think that one might be the most boring, but I don't know.
I mean, the way Houston played, the way they played on Saturday,
the surprise of the weekend.
I couldn't believe it. I mean, them boys came out and executed from Jump Street. Good gracious!
That first quarter was a little slow. They had a couple of small mistakes.
Hey.
Chargers got a 6-0 lead.
That was
pretty much the end
that
of
was
it.
Like,
Because
see ya.
I just kept looking back. I didn't watch though. I saw it go 6-9. It was kind of boring. I switched, and I just kept looking back at the score. And all of a sudden, I'm watching it, and I'm like, it's 32-12.
Yeah.
I thought it was going to be a close game. I thought the Chargers were going to win.
Same.
But I thought it was going to be a close game. It wasn't even close.
I picked the Chargers to win.
I did too, and they didn't. Texans, hey, C.J. Stroud.
Any given game, man, it's so true. CJ came out balling, ready to play. He looked like a quarterback that's been doing this for a minute.
Yeah, second year. He's been to playoffs twice. He got playoff winners bet.
Can't be mad at that. This young man is taking a young team, and they're doing things. I love to see it. So, but I mean, if I'm a betting man, this is where the train stops for you guys. Another phenomenal season for you guys to be such a young team, but you're going up against the defending champions. You're going up against, I mean, this is a powerhouse squad, 2-time defending champions. So if you guys somehow beat them,
I promise you, Baltimore and Buffalo are rooting for you.
Yeah, that's a fact. So
I promise you, they're both rooting.
This is gonna be a true test for this team. We'll be praying for you guys, but I think we know the outcome across the nation.
I mean, it's hard. I mean, you can't.
Come on.
I always said back in the day, even when I hated him, I'm not betting against Tom Brady.
Nope.
He could walk on the field tomorrow, say he's playing for the damn whoever. I'm not betting against him. I may not think he's going to win, but I'm still not putting my money against him.
I can't bet that game.
I'm not betting against Patrick Mahomes. Period.
Nah.
Like, listen, regular season I picked against him a couple times, thinking that this is playoff time.
It's a different game.
Different time, different game. I think Mahomes has only lost twice in the playoffs, and both time was to
Thomas Edwards.
It's pretty good.
Yeah.
He may have lost a third time somewhere.
He
lost to Burrow. He lost to Burrow one time.
Yeah.
He's lost to Tom Brady twice and Burrow. So he's got as many Super Bowl rings as he does losses in the playoffs.
Right. That's that's impressive. I don't care what nobody says.
That's pretty good. You can sit here and say, oh, he's got this around him, that around, whatever. Lots of players have lots of good players around them.
They're at home.
They're all NFL games, and they're at home. They're in Kansas City.
Look at Dallas. Look at Dallas. You got CeeDee Lamb. You got all of these great guys.
They had what's his name, the running back in his prime.
Zeke. Got him again.
Zeke Elliott. They had him in his prime.
You had Dez Bryant.
You had Amari Cooper.
Come on, bro.
They had, Dak Prescott, Tony Romo. Listen, Tony Romo wasn't stupid. We'd be watching him announcing. He know every damn play before it happens. So somewhere along the line, someone messed up because he knows what defense and what offense. I remember that one drive where New England was driving down the field. I think it was the last time they won the Super Bowl.
He called every play.
He called every damn play all the way down the field for the game-winning touchdown.
We know what the issue is, and they just won't. Unfortunately, he has the power to make the moves, and that's Jerry Jones. I promise you, just like the Commanders, once y'all get a new owner, you will see an upside. This guy is the ball and chain. He's the reason why you guys aren't winning.
Well, and I think he has Schneider. I think he still has ownership, but I don't think he's allowed anything to do with the team for a few years. I think one of the punishment stands out. It could be why they're so good this damn year.
Jesus.
So they went away from him. So I mean, Daniel Quinn's done a great job there. To me, he's got to be the coach of the year.
Look what he's done. Like his team.
But no offense to the guy in Detroit, he's done phenomenal.
Oh yeah, he's great.
He's awesome. He's done a phenomenal job. I mean, you can't go Andy Reid. Like if you gave it to the best coach every year, Andy Reid would have to be at the top of the list. But it's just kind of like a given. It's like Phil Jackson, Popovich. They're the best coach in the league. But listen, we got to get someone else. There's other people. McDermott's done great in Buffalo for years. John Harbaugh, he's a person I think longer than him with a team is Tomlin in Pittsburgh.
Right.
Even Tomlin he was the clear-cut coach of the year up until the last 4 or 5 weeks of the season. Once again, people call him for his job. That's
right?
Hilarious.
Damn, you can't even. So you get to the playoffs every year. You have a winning record every year. It's tough to win.
Oh, they lost their last 6-game guy. They played Baltimore, Philadelphia, Kansas City, Cincinnati, and then Baltimore again.
I don't even like them, but you guys got to hold it down, man. Stop playing, bro.
Stop it.
That coach, you guys had 3 coaches in the Steelers' career.
Yeah, like since 1976.
Yeah, come on, stop playing. So you guys don't do that with coaches.
67.
Keep these coaches. Tomlin continues to show that he wins games. How many teams win a Super Bowl, bro? A year?
1.
Oh, okay. So it's tough.
I was in a back and forth on the internet today about that. Someone like, Josh Allen, just a choke artist. I'm like, this man has better playoff numbers than pretty much anyone in the history of the NFL when it comes to like yards per game, touchdown, interception. Dude, he literally had 2 different games where he led his team to a touchdown with less than a minute to go to give them the lead against Kansas City in the defense. So one time it was 14 seconds left.
Right.
He took a touchdown, scored, put him up by 3 with 14 seconds left. What do you want him to do? Was he supposed to go out and make the interception?
He's got to play defense too, Jeremy.
So I don't get it. Like, man, listen, he lost. Who else in the AFC that is currently playing has won a Super Bowl? What quarterback?
I'm looking for him.
I don't think there's one out
I
there.
didn't see one.
Aaron Rodgers didn't win it in the AFC, so he don't count.
No.
And he may not even be playing anymore.
Tom Brady's retired.
So Tom Brady's retired, so that eliminates like a couple before Patrick Mahomes. So I mean, you literally have to go back that far. The last time an AFC quarterback won that wasn't Tom Brady or Patrick Mahomes, you have to go back almost a decade.
So that should speak volumes. I have nothing bad to say about Kansas City. Like I said, I'm picking them. I don't see why people. I mean, I get it. The people that want to see their team win, but I mean, you want your team to win, they got to beat these teams. These teams are phenomenal. So I mean, again, it's nothing you could do at this point, but root for your team and hope that they get some miracles happen. But like I said, the way Kansas City comes out and plays and commands the game, this is a no-brainer.
So that being said, Kansas City, we both in agreement on that one. The other game on Saturday is the Lions
Yes, Lord.
and the Commanders.
Oof. Well, I would like, and that's tough.
This sucks because
Yeah. Go ahead, because I know what you're gonna say. Go ahead.
And it's. I know
Yep.
you the same thing you were thinking.
Yep.
It's not the matchup I wanted to see.
Nope.
Because to me, these are the two teams out of the NFC I want to move on.
Facts. Me too. Same.
I have nothing against either one of the teams. I have lots of friends who are big Washington Redskins
Yes, Lord.
/ Commanders fans. But to me, I think the Detroit Lions are the team to beat. I'm going to put it out there. And I'll say it right now, put it out there. They hadn't played a game yet in the playoffs. Detroit Lions are going to win the Super Bowl this year. That's my pick. I'm going to go out there and say it now. I think Detroit Lions win the Super Bowl. But, so obviously I'm picking Detroit in this game.
Right.
I think Jaden Daniels, phenomenal rookie season. But I think it ends this year.
Yeah.
I think it's over.
Detroit has to come out and beat themselves. Literally, they have to literally shut down. The way they've been playing these past 2 seasons, it's not a fluke. I called fluke last year. They're just having a good season. But after coming back this season and doing exactly what they were doing last year, playing great football, winning games, record is fantastic. I love their coach over there. The atmosphere is fantastic. They play for each other. That's what it's about. Not to say that the Redskins aren't doing that, because Daniels is starting to become one of those last-minute comeback kid type guys. Oh, whoa, we got a minute left. I can get you down the field. I can get you in winning position. So that already, for a young man like that to have that type of stat on him, where we're down but it doesn't matter because our quarterback can win us the game still, that speaks volumes for a rookie. But with all of that said, I'm going Detroit. Yeah, I'm going Detroit. Eminem's going to be in the building. They said that they're passing out Mama Spaghetti after the game.
Mama Spaghetti. There we go.
Go. Love you guys. It's been great watching the Commanders, but I think this is going to be the last weekend we see them.
Yes, I mean, I thought honestly, I didn't see them winning this past week.
Hell no.
But once again, last minute drive, took it down there. Baker Mayfield looked distraught, man. Hit it off the inside of the upright.
And
doinked it in. That's just like rubbing salt in the wound. You have a 38-yard field goal.
Yeah.
He's been a good kicker all year. He kicks it. I'm like, oh, that's wide right. And it hits doink and goes boom right through. I felt so bad for Baker, man.
I felt like if they had an opportunity to go to overtime, Tampa would have gotten.
I think so too. But I mean, hey, he did what he's supposed to do. He got him down there, got him field goal range,
and they won the game. That's what you're supposed. That's what you work for. That's what you play for. So again, hats off to your season. I'm so happy for Commander fans because you guys have been through it, and your loyalty speaks volumes. So I'm happy for you guys. I'm happy to see that you guys have some type of future. Like you could look and say, well, that guy's good. That's our future. That's the guy.
Good young boy on that team, boy.
Yeah. So, but man, Detroit, they look for real.
So, and that brings us to games on Sunday. The first game.
Mm-hmm.
Rams at the Eagles.
This is tough too.
This one's tough.
This is tough because if we get the Rams, we got over this.
What did I tell
this
you?
Weekend, you said that.
What did I tell you? I told you that. You got a guy that's done it. You want to talk about guys in the NFC that have won that Super Bowl ring? One of the few. That's the Rams.
I thought Donald was out there still, the way that defense was moving.
Yeah, I thought he came back.
I thought they had him out there for a game, the way they was moving out there.
I thought he got on a commercial with your boy Gronk and said, "Ma, where's my football pants?"
No. That defense surprised the hell out of me, bro.
Sam Darnold wouldn't even get the damn snap in his hand.
He was running for his life. Dude was doing WWE moves. There was one play where he got sacked and the guy was in the air doing a body splash on this man. They were coming for this guy. Jesus. I'm like,
came off the top.
Yeah. I'm like, oh, they trying to kill this man. Like, it's obvious.
Dude, defense looked great. Offense looked great.
Yeah.
Puka Nacua.
That dude's
Cooper
a demon.
Kupp.
Demons.
Dude, that team's healthy. I'm not going to lie to you.
Damn.
I'm going to let you go in here and say, but I'm taking the Rams again.
Damn.
To beat Philadelphia because Jalen Hurts looked like garbage.
Oh, man. You know,
defense saved them.
The only X factor, the only reason why I'm picking Philly is because of Saquon. Saquon is their X factor. I feel
That's
like
true.
He has
That's
the ability
true.
to open up a game, even if it's close. The man needs one step, and that's it.
If that.
This dude moves like a cat.
You give him a sliver, or you're under 6 feet tall, where he can jump over you.
Come on.
So
please, wrap up tackles are important this weekend. Wrap up tackles. Please don't try to come in and stick this man.
You aren't going to be able to go after the quarterback
like
they did against Minnesota. Minnesota's a passing team. They had Justin Jefferson. They had Addison out there. You know, Justin Jefferson, phenomenal season. You know, he had still finished with like 80, 90 yards in that game. But you can't come after Jalen Hurts like that, because if you do and they do that halfback draw to Saquon, it's good night. 80 yards.
Easy.
Gone. Touchdown. That's just one play.
The man is so good, he decided not to get a touchdown at the end of the game.
Yeah.
The man was like, and this is another thing I like about Saquon, his focus. This man is more focused on the team than himself. This man said,
Didn't play the last week.
What'd he say? Oh, well, I could have ran it, but I could have pulled a hamstring. I could have hurt myself this play. My team needs me for next week.
Yep.
Man, this dude, that's what I'm talking about. Guys like that, leaders, real leaders.
He could have broken the record.
Yeah.
And not only that, he could have broke the record against his old team that let him go.
Absolutely.
Like, it was all set up, but that's not what he was about. He wasn't about revenge. He's about winning.
What did he say on the sideline? The coach came to him and said, I want you to break this record. I want you to go out there and play. That man looked at the coach and said, I want the young players to eat.
Yeah.
Let them get in and get some experience. Let them get in and play. You could only pray to have big-time star athletes on your team that will still be humble enough to say, you know what, let that young man right there play because I know his family's up there watching. Let that young man over there play because I know he was going hard in practice this week.
Exactly.
Man.
And that's him showing appreciation
Absolutely.
for the Philadelphia putting their neck out and putting that money
Yeah,
out there.
yeah.
That's what you should be. Appreciative for all that money.
And what is he doing now? Showing out. So I got Philly. I like the Rams. I like what they're doing. I love watching them. I will continue to watch them moving forward in the future. But something about Philly. I think Philly got them this time.
So it all depends. Rams, this might be one of the last years where Aaron Donald left. I thought that would be kind of the end.
Yeah.
But like you said, their defense looked good.
Sheesh.
Matt Stafford looked like kind of Matt Stafford old.
Yes.
You know, he's a tough dude, plays through all kinds of injuries, but he is getting up there in age. But they do have some young players. Their running back is young, Williams. Obviously, Puka Nacua is only in his second season. Cooper Kupp getting up there a little bit, but Cooper Kupp's become kind of a secondary option behind Puka now, which is crazy when Cooper Kupp's your secondary
Yeah, because
option.
Cooper Kupp, that's all I heard.
That's like Tyreek Hill being a secondary option.
Yeah, we go to him when he's open.
Yeah, we'll pick him out when
he's got to be open.
It's like Travis Kelce becoming a second option now. Like, okay,
well, if he's open.
all right.
That's called too many weapons.
Yeah, that's insane. Like, so when we now we get to the game.
This is it.
This is the game of the week. No one's going to argue. If you think that a different game is the game of the week, that means you like one of those other teams.
Absolutely, and that's fine.
And even then, for me, if the Dolphins are playing this weekend, great. I hope they win.
This is silly.
This is still the game of the week.
Absolutely.
This game, Baltimore and Buffalo.
Come on, man.
Woo!
Well, go ahead. I got a lot to say.
So, to me, you got the two best players in the league this year.
That's a fact.
Two best players in the league. Definitely the two best quarterbacks. Maybe top three. Two of the top three players. Sorry, Saquon. But two top quarterbacks in the league this year.
Yeah.
No argument.
None.
Best two quarterbacks in the league. You got, everything going at it. To me, the difference in the game is the home field advantage, not just because they're in their home, but because of that weather it's going to be. It's supposed to have 10 to 15 mile an hour winds.
Terrible.
Temperature before the wind chill is supposed to be 10, and the wind chill is supposed to be below 0 at game time. Why they would play this game at 8 o'clock at night in Buffalo is baffling to me. No sunlight, in the dark, wind blowing, and they say there could be snow because it's coming from the west off that lake. To me, that is a massive, massive advantage for Josh Allen and the Buffalo Bills. So that's why I picked them. I don't know how, boy. I know you're going to go into them here. Who you going to talk about?
Well,
go ahead.
Yeah, I'm going Baltimore. It's going to be a heavy run game. If the weather, like Jeremy said, is going to be the way it's going to be, they're going to have to rely on that run. Who better to rely on a run when you got a damn monster back there named Henry? This dude is stupid. Okay, a man his size should not be moving the way he moves. Your boy Jackson, he referred to him as, if you ever seen the Cars movie, and he referred to him when McQueen just starts pulling off, the car just starts pulling off for people. He's like, that's how I see Henry. Yeah. And the dude is ridiculous. So, and that's just one of the features. We still have Lamar who can run the ball at any point. And then Josh has that. But Baltimore gets cold too. They don't see as much snow as Buffalo, but that's still a tough place.
Yeah,
they experience some cold. So I think the weather always matters in Buffalo around this time of year.
Yeah.
But man, when you have people on that field that can run the ball, and I'm talking about X factor runners within Jackson and Henry, dog.
So this is what number one, I wouldn't want to tackle Derrick Henry.
Hell
it's
no.
0 degrees outside. I want to tackle him ever, but when it's 0 degrees, dude, everyone knows that getting hit when it's cold feels.
It sucks.
It sucks. You bang your shin, you stub your toe, you hit your hands.
Yeah.
Anything like that when it's cold, and you're working on something, it's cold, and you hit your hands like you're working on your car or something.
Terrible.
It's awful. Imagine trying to tackle basically a Volkswagen. You're trying to tackle a Volkswagen going 30 miles an hour down the street. Yeah, so that's not.
That's so crazy.
That's not fun. But I also think that Buffalo is going to key up on the run game, and it's going to force Lamar to have to throw the ball down the field in 0-degree weather in the playoffs. Now, Lamar, I'm not saying he's a choker, but his numbers are definitely not nearly as good in the playoffs. Is what
they should be. Actually,
they should be.
Yeah.
So, that being said, I think it's going to be a close game. I think it's going to be a high-scoring game. Even though it's going to be cold outside.
Oh, yeah.
Long drives. I think the only reason why it's not going to be 40-some points is because they're going to run out of possessions because they are going to be 6 and 7 minute drives. I think.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
But I think you're talking like a 31-28 game. I'm taking Buffalo. I think Josh Allen and Jared Cook has had a huge running. In the playoffs in the season. So I think that's going to be your difference maker. Jared Cook had a massive game in a freezing cold game against Kansas City.
Yeah.
I think he does it again. I think Josh Allen just barely gets him by. I think they score last drive, 31-28, Buffalo over Baltimore, and Buffalo goes off to Kansas City and see if they can finally get over that hump.
Lamar, hold on to the ball. You have to. You like to fumble the ball late in the game. You like to fumble the ball early in the game. Hold on to the rock, man. This is for him. This is the hump for him, in my opinion. This is where you can now shut up the naysayers. Let them know that you are more than just a running quarterback, because you're gonna have to throw that ball too. Because if they know you're gonna be a heavy running offense coming out on Sunday, they're going to key on that, like Jeremy said. So these are things that, and I'm sure that they have schemes. They know what needs to be done. But you got to protect that ball, and it's tough when you're holding on to something you damn near can't feel. Third quarter, your
hands are
you can't feel
solid.
nothing. So I mean, you're whatever that is in your hand, you just have to protect it. So, man, this is going to be a great game. I wish this was the first game.
They're making us wait.
I'm gonna try not to drink enough wine and tequila to watch this game because this is the one I want to see.
It's going to be.
This is the one right here.
So, I'm my biggest thing watching this game, like you said, it's going to come down to turnovers. Man, it's going to be crazy out there. I mean, like you said, it's going to be cold. It's going to be hard to even feel the ball when you're throwing it or catching it. Can you imagine having to catch a Josh Allen fastball?
No. When I can't feel my hands?
Damn, it's going to hurt like hell. You're going to get that sting, like that numbness in your hand goes into like a vibration.
Mm-hmm.
But, you know, it's going to be fun.
Oh, yeah. Great game.
Buffalo, Baltimore. I saw this thing earlier today where they had this circle. It showed Kansas City, Buffalo, and Baltimore. The best matchup, the toughest matchup for each team. Toughest matchup for Buffalo is Baltimore. The toughest matchup for Baltimore is Kansas City, and the toughest matchup for Kansas City is Buffalo. It's like a circle.
Right.
They all So I think, just like a lot of people thought, Kansas City was rooting for Cincinnati to take an L. I think that Kansas City's big Baltimore fans in this game because even though Buffalo hasn't beaten them in the playoffs yet, they've beaten them each of the last 2 regular seasons. I think Buffalo's right there to get over that hump. And someone said, I saw someone put up there that the something about how the Super Bowl everyone wants to see, and they put I forget what they put, like Philadelphia and Kansas City. I don't know why. I think the Super Bowl that everyone football fans want to see is Detroit and Buffalo, 2 teams that have never won the Super Bowl before.
Man, that would be good.
That would be good.
That would be good.
You'd have either Josh Allen or Jared Goff. You'd have either McDermott or coaching Detroit. Man,
I forget the dude's name, but he's awesome though.
But those 2 guys are the guys that those guys are the guys that no one's wanted. They could be heroes in their city. They've never won the championship before. I think that's what everyone's looking for. That's not what I'm saying. I think it's going to happen. Buffalo's got a lot of work to do. They got to play Baltimore, and they've got to be Kansas City in Kansas City if they get past Baltimore.
That's tough to do.
Imagine that. Big celebration time. You get past Baltimore, and then you get to play Kansas City in Kansas City. So, in the end, like I said, I think Detroit is my team to beat. But I think Buffalo goes on and plays Kansas City, and I have to think long and hard if that actually happens about what I think is going to happen in the Super Bowl. Man, wouldn't it be something if Houston beat Kansas City?
That's what I'm thinking too. Like I know we're getting ahead of ourselves, and this is just our predictions based off of the way they've been playing all season. But again, any given Saturday or Sunday, you could take an L. That's what we've been seeing.
Do you think? I know when coaching and playing, you're sitting there and you're playing in a semifinal game. You're looking across the other semifinal, and you know the team that is going to win. You know which team you're going to probably end up playing if you win the semifinal. Try not to look ahead. Everyone's like, "Oh, we're just concentrating on this game." No, you don't. Everyone always looks. You look at the brackets. You know what's going on. You're thinking about what team you're probably going to play, and then boom, there's an upset. And now that team's in there, and you're sitting there thinking in your head, if I can get past this game now, make it into the finals, we got it.
I could surely beat this team.
Yeah, so Baltimore and Buffalo, if Houston pulls an upset, I'm not predicting that. But if Houston pulls the upset and they move on to the AFC Championship game, Baltimore and Buffalo on Sunday night have got to be sitting there going, this is our shot. If we win this, we're going to the Super Bowl.
But, I mean, I'm going to play devil's advocate. If this team can beat Kansas City, they could definitely beat y'all.
Yeah, they could. But they got to be thinking there's a lot better. I mean, they could just think it was a fluke and whatever. Yeah. And not only that, if Houston beats Kansas City, then Baltimore Buffalo, they'll be hosting the AFC Championship game.
Right.
They'll be the home team. So now you're thinking you're going on the road for sure. Baltimore's thinking, oh, we got to go on the road we're done. We're on the road for the rest of the year. And then if Houston wins, then they're looking going, damn, if we win, we get a home game for the AFC Championship game.
We can stay right at home and win.
And Baltimore's a tough place to play.
Yeah.
So, like I said, Baltimore and Buffalo are both they're both teams are huge Houston fans this week.
Oh yeah. They would love to see Kansas City get upset. I think the world would actually. A lot of people are tired of Kansas City
I know
winning.
they're tired of seeing Taylor Swift.
Well,
that's when the anger really seemed to start to hit.
I don't understand it. Like, they just flash to her and then that's it.
Did you watch the performance with Beyonce at the halftime show?
Of course I did.
And I know you wanted to interview after you saw all the damn haters.
Well, and that's the thing. I don't understand it because, one, you can't do what she's doing. That's first, because they would have called you.
They're like, oh, that was the worst halftime show I've ever seen. I'm like, well, then it's the only halftime show.
Because I'm saying to myself, Beyonce's a beautiful and talented woman. She's easy on the eyes. She can sing. Her production was fantastic. I think it's just the fact that she decided to do her country tracks.
She's from Texas.
I mean, and it doesn't matter. Like, I thought you were musical. You're an artist, right?
Exactly.
So if I decide, let's say a painter. I for 20 years, Jeremy, I only used black paint, black and white paint, right? But I said I got something new for y'all.
Going to the blue area.
And I used blue and green one day. And now y'all are saying my art sucks. It's trash. Oh my God, how dare he use two different colors? But I'm an artist. That's what I do.
I'm going to say something without saying something.
Well, and here's the thing. And I want to tell you this, Jeremy. I try hard to not. I don't want to be this like angry black man.
I'm not
always.
So I'll say it for you.
Yeah. And I appreciate it.
I'm not blind.
You know, it sucks, man, because you're taking away from the pureness of the craft, which is she's a performer, she's a songwriter, and she's a singer.
And listen, I'm not saying
and an actress.
I'm not saying only white people do that because I see plenty
black
of people.
Folks do it too.
They hate on Eminem left and right. People would be like, "Oh, Eminem not even top 10." You are on.
You're out of your mind.
You're out of your mind if you don't think Eminem's a top 3 hip hop artist of all time. I mean, come on now, it goes both ways. But I just don't understand why people want to hate just to hate. Like, it's so stupid. Like, I listen. I'm not a massive Beyonce fan. I think she's gorgeous, but I'm not a massive Beyonce fan. I didn't see anything wrong. I thought it was a good performance.
She came out and did her songs.
Yeah, it was fun. It was great. It was better than, watching, commercials at halftime.
Right.
Or nothing against you, Jim Nance and Tony Romo.
But
I'm not going to watch you. I'd much rather watch Beyonce than your damn ugly bugs.
And that's all but see, that's the thing. I think it's just, jealousy plays a big key because a lot of people are like, well, why did they get her? They could have gotten anybody else. And if you want to see sometimes you're not going to see your favorite act on here.
No.
I'd like to see the Roots do something. That's my favorite. That's one of my favorite groups.
Listen, the Super Bowl is what? Kendrick Lamar this year.
Yeah.
I'm not a big Kendrick guy. But doesn't mean I'm going to sit here and just automatically assume his performance is going to be awful.
I would have rather see Lil Wayne since it's in New Orleans.
Yes,
I would have rather see Lil Wayne get up there. I'm a big Lil Wayne fan. I would have loved to see that.
Hey, listen, we got Taylor going to be there anyway. Let Swifties get out there and get a few songs.
Why are we mad at? Why are we upset? Why are we upset about this?
And they're like, oh, they suck. They obviously don't suck because they've made millions upon millions. They have millions of fans. It brings me back. I was talking to Kate the other day because she had music playing in the kitchen, and Nickelback came on. Remember how many people hated Nickelback for no reason?
Why?
They were good. I liked Nickelback.
Yeah, what's the problem?
But if you asked anyone in our age group,
right,
do you like Nickelback? You could not say yes because boy, people hated on you.
That's trash. They only use 3 chords in every song. This is ridiculous.
They're not cool to listen to. Everyone would say it, but somehow they would still go platinum on every damn album.
So that's like when people ask me, who's keeping Arby's open? Like, who's eating those sandwiches? Apparently, Arby's is buying places up. So apparently, people are eating at Arby's because they still have commercials. And every time I pass the one on General Booth, guess what? Someone's there.
Yeah, they got the meats.
They got the meats.
They got the meats.
And I tried their fish sandwich the other day. I am them. They are me. I went to Arby's and I had their cheddar fish sandwich. Flames. Now, did I have to wait 15 minutes? Yeah, but it was fresh.
I don't care.
And the fish was fire.
Listen, I like Arby's. I'm going to be honest, I've never really got anything other besides the roast beef sandwich or the roast beef with cheddar because I get that with the Arby's sauce.
Try the fish, bro.
I'll try the fish.
Fire.
I'll get I've gotten the fillet of fish at McDonald's. It's one of my favorite things to get. That's a little dangerous, but
no, that's still a staple. Like I hate when people shit on that because
I like fillet.
I love fillet of fish, and when y'all bring that 2 for buy one get one free, I'm on it. I'm there.
Yeah, give me that 2 for $5. McDonald's, where are you at? I'm
They're
gonna
gone.
hit the
That's
at
gone.
McDonald's when I publish.
Yeah, at McDonald's.
Where's the Filet-O-Fish 2 for $5?
Or what happened to the dollar Big Macs? You know what I'm talking about? I don't need it, but I would just like to see it. One more time. Pause.
I mean, dollar anything. You can't even get a soda for $1 anymore.
Not no more, man.
I mean, they have. I remember the McDoubles were always on the dollar menu.
Do you remember when we were in high school and it was 29 and 39-cent hamburger cheeseburgers?
29-cent on Tuesdays, 39-cent on Wednesdays for the cheeseburger. Tuesdays, this man brought his own cheese.
Yeah.
29-cent hamburger day, he brought his own cheese.
Yeah, why not?
Hey, I'm not hating. I like cheese too. So,
yeah. So I'm going to save this 10 cent or whatever. Yeah. We're going to go get a pack of cheese up here. We're going to get it popping. And here's the thing. You're not going to tell me I can't put cheese on in the restaurant because I'm going to do that. I brought it in here to eat. Yeah. So.
Listen, we just ordered 15, 20 cheeseburgers. Yeah. So.
And we're good money. We'll wait. Don't worry about it. Yeah. And it's a meal under $10. And me and my comrade were able to eat. That was back in the glory days when you got $5 in your pocket and you could make things happen.
Dude, if you had a $20 bill, you could fill your tank.
Talk to me.
Go to McDonald's.
Talk to me.
Get 10 cheeseburgers.
Talk to me.
And you still had $5 left over.
Facts. For whatever.
For whatever you wanted to do. So, I can't even get a half a tank for $20 anymore.
Hell no. I put 40 in my tank today, and F is here, and this thing went like this. Almost.
Man, I remember when you go to the gas station now, if you walked up to the 10 sign, you $5 on 2. You're not even getting 2 gallons.
I don't think they should allow you to just put $5.
No, but I remember.
Be upset.
I remember my Mustang from high school. I used to put $5 in that thing. That would buy me like 6 gallons of gas. I could drive for 2-3 days on that.
Yep.
3-4 days.
At least to check it.
120 miles on the tank of gas on that $5. Shoot, $5 don't even get you 20 miles anymore.
You start up your cars, the bing, bing, he come back
put
on.
$5 in the gas light, don't even turn off. Gas light stays on.
It gets a little dimmer. Like, you tried, okay? I'm gonna need another 5. What are we doing? This is ridiculous. So
like $5. That's you can't go to the grocery store. Remember all the candy bars up at the front, two for $1. Snickers bars,
$2 for $1.
Now $2.79
for
one Snickers. Don't get for that king size now.
Not even king size.
King size. You used to be able to get a Big Mac meal for what a king size Snickers bar costs nowadays.
Crazy. They're making those. That's a meal. They're like, well, just the candy bar is $4, or you can go to McDonald's and get this little double cheeseburger and a fry.
Yeah.
No Drake though.
No. $3.50. You get the McDouble and a small fry.
Yeah.
I get excited about that.
Do you get it? No drink, eh?
Yeah, you gotta hope they have that special going on. They do it like once a month for like 4 or 5 days where it's $1 any size drink. You can always count on 7-Eleven though. 7-Eleven still got $1 Slurpees.
That's a damn shame. This is where we are. I mean, so that goes all the way back to these kids in college. I want money because I listen to Jalen Rose, and what he'd say. He said part of Fab Five, they weren't even eating. They couldn't even afford to eat.
Boy from Connecticut.
Yeah.
What's his name? He was the point guard. When they were in the Final Four, he said this man's in the Final Four. They had to go home because after you play on Sunday, you have Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday off before you go to the Final Four and play on Thursday or Friday. No, excuse me. You play on Saturday and then you play on Monday. So they had a week before they had to play. So they go back to school for 2 or 3 days.
Yeah.
And he was like, when they came back and they were talking to him and everything, it was like school. He flat out told him, he goes, I'm hungry. He goes, I live on ramen. My meal plan was out, and I can't afford to put more money on my meal plan. So I'm eating ramen noodles every day, and I'm getting out here. He goes, we have practice. I'm burning 2,000 calories of practice every day, and I'm living off ramen noodles.
Come on, man.
So now, ever since then, now athletes get a meal plan. They have to have a place where they can eat all the time, and the meal plan's got to cover that for them to be able to play. I mean, it should. It should. But yeah, you're right. Like they couldn't even, nowadays they want them. Like if you want to eat anywhere, you're not getting out. If you want a full meal, food and drink, you ain't getting out on $10. And that's it.
No, that's even at a fast food joint.
Fast food, yeah. If you want food and a drink, you're paying $10+, which is crazy. You used to be able to feed a family of 3 or 4 for $10 at a fast food restaurant.
find you a woman that doesn't mind going to Chili's, fellas. You can get that 2 for $20. You know what I'm talking about? You guys can eat that 2 for $20 and save some money. You know what I mean? So
I don't know how Chili's does it, man.
and that's how they're in business because people are going.
Like I went there the other day with Jaden. That was Jaden's pick. I appreciate that, Jaden.
Yeah.
Jaden, good call. It was they had the 3. You get the 3 for the $10.99. You get an appetizer,
What else?
chips and salsa. You get a drink, and you get a full meal, hamburger and French fries.
$10.99.
That's cheaper than McDonald's.
And it's better.
Yes, I got me a old timer with cheese, with French fries, a drink, and we got the chips and salsa.
That's a meal.
That's a meal. I got an appetizer, a dinner, and a drink for $10.99.
And his son did the same for $10.99.
Yes. Well, actually, he ordered a steak, and that shit was still only $15.99 for a steak, mashed potatoes, and broccoli. Like I'm like, how? I go anywhere else for steak, they want like $28.
And this is why a place like Chili's will always get my money. Even their happy hours are good, and their beers are always cold. Every time I go up there, my wife and I will go up there. I'll watch a game. We sit at the bar usually, and I'll get me a tall boy, and it's $4. And I'm like, damn, this is cheaper than dive bars. So, yeah, don't be afraid to hit Chili's up because you're going to save some money, especially in today's economy. I'm not going to sit up here and spend a whole bunch of money for shitty food.
No.
If I'm going out, I always say if I'm going out and I'm taking my wife, if we're going on a date night, that's $50. Yeah. Let's just say that's $50. Yeah. I'm going out somewhere. We're going to not even a nice restaurant, just a decent 3-star restaurant, if that.
Your everyday restaurant.
$50. $50.
You go to a fancy restaurant, you're paying $100.
And that's what it is. Minimum. So some nights I don't have $100 to just shell out because some nights I want to eat cheap. So this is what we're doing.
Well, you have to too, and food better be good because you got to think about it. Like I could cook pretty well at home. Kate can cook really well at home. Like, why am I going to spend 3 times as much money for something that I can make better at home?
I hear it.
Third the price, so it better be good. Like,
yeah,
I will be the first person to compliment. Good service, good food. I'll put out the review in there and everything online. But man, don't be out here like bringing me food that's cold in the center or putting fresh on the fucking menu and the shit like it's obviously been frozen. Shit dry.
I'm also the first person to tell people never to eat there.
Yes, I will. We will call you out right here on this thing. Whatever. I'll Gordon Ramsay you right here. Kitchen Nightmares.
I'll make it a priority to make sure people don't eat there ever. I'll push that into the day I die. So yeah,
I said, we call. Hey, we gave you a shout out, Chili's.
Chili's, we want something free. We're gonna add you too. Stop playing with me.
We're gonna hit the add Chili's on this too.
Send me a coupon. Send me a coupon.
Like we don't even need a free. You can just send us a coupon.
I plan on paying unless you want to give it to me for free.
Yeah, if you give it to me for free, we'll go ahead and take that.
I'll be there.
We'll take that.
Yes, sir.
I guess we should talk a little bit about the NBA.
Yeah, I guess so. Before we wrap this up,
wrap it up. But hey, in the NBA, Nuggets are starting to rack up. Nuggets starting to do what they're supposed to do.
Shout out Westbrook, man.
Yeah. Wow. And Murray last night
went crazy.
45 points.
I love that team. They look like they're playing with just a unit, And a lot of people they criticize Westbrook saying that he's washed. But I did a little comparison. So a couple seasons ago, he was playing for LA, and this guy, some of his numbers were very lackluster. 2 points, no points, 3 points. Now you look at the last 5 games from Westbrook over in Denver, 28 points, 31 points, 20-some points. And he's a stat stuffer. This man's getting triple doubles again. Like this is old Russ. So sometimes it's not the player, because we know when Russ is out there, he's giving 110%.
Yep.
Sometimes it is literally the system that you are under. Sometimes the team won't let you flourish because you have other people and other pieces that they have to get off. So you do this. You're going to do this role while LeBron's going to do this, and this guy's going to do this, and that guy's going to do this. But you can see how happy he is playing over in Denver.
Well, you have Denver is going to be that team. This is why I think Denver's going to win out of the West. I think Denver ends up beating Thunder out of the West because the Thunder, they have some good young players. They have some great players. But when it comes down to it, they have one massive offensive player.
Yeah.
One guy. I'm not saying the other guys can't score.
They
They don't have
can.
ability. They can score, but when it comes down to it, they have one superstar.
That's it. That's it.
Denver's got Murray. You just said Westbrook. Both of them are capable of scoring 30 points if they need to any night.
If they need to.
Then there's the best player on the planet.
Jokic.
Who last night, because Murray scored 45, had 10.
I could take a night off.
His night off was 10 points, 10 assists, 14 rebounds.
That's, ladies and gentlemen, that's called a triple-double.
Triple-double. 10 points, triple-double. He did what he had to do for his team to win. That's why he's MVP year in and year out. And that's why he's got a ring. It's why I think they're going to championship again this year. They'll probably play either Cleveland or Boston.
Go Boston.
He'll tell you Boston in 4.
Always.
I love watching Boston and Denver play because it's two teams that are really well coached, two teams that have really good players, and it gives Boston the best chance to lose.
Boston in 4 this year. We're not playing games, even though I don't like where we're sitting right now. Second place, I don't like that. We need to be first the whole year, but that's neither here nor there.
Yeah, I mean, they're
shout out to the Cavs. They're playing phenomenal basketball. I watched them last night and was just dishing awe by the way they move the ball, by the way they play as a team, by the way they don't give up. Even when they get down and they're trailing, they still find a way to still hold that team effort. It's all about the team. It's never about just one person, and they got the pieces. So.
I keep waiting for that bubble to burst because when, a lot of times teams will be on a long run, then they lose a game and they usually kind of like fold for a little while afterwards. Right. They haven't done that.
No.
They lost to Boston earlier. They came back. They ended up beating Boston the next time they played, and they ended up winning a bunch. They actually lost to the Pacers like the night before or 2 nights before, ending their like 11-game winning streak. And I thought, okay, maybe they'll go on a little flip, but they came right back out.
Right back
and beat the Pacers right back. Pacers are playing well.
Yeah.
So that's a
without Halliburton. So that's crazy too. I mean, to be 34-5, man, in the NBA right now. 34-5, and we're approaching the All-Star break here. Next month is the All-Star break, so we're halfway through the season.
You're looking at like 68-10. I mean, that's with 4 games to go. I mean, that just shows how insane the Bulls and the Golden State Warriors were.
Yes.
As great as Cleveland is playing, if they doubled it up and they just played the second half exactly the same, they would finish at 71-11. They still wouldn't.
And that's a phenomenal record.
That's unbelievable. Only 2 teams have won 70 games. That's Chicago Bulls. Had a little guy named
Michael Jordan, I think.
Yeah, Black Jesus. Yeah. He was on that team. They won 72, and then Splash Brothers.
Yeah, it went crazy.
They went crazy, 73-9. That's crazy.
I would have loved to see them take it all that year.
You know who was part of both of those teams? Steve Kerr.
True.
Steve Kerr.
It's true. That's true.
Steve Kerr, man, that man does nothing but win. He's got between coaching and playing, he's got I think 9 rings.
He's almost up there with Russell.
Yeah, he's got 9 rings. Phil Jackson has. Did he win one as a player? I think he did. I think he won one with the Knicks.
New York. Yeah,
he won one Knicks, so he has 12 rings.
Yeah.
Phil Jackson. He won 11 as a coach, which is insane.
The only ring New York will see for the duration of their time.
Yeah.
Trash. There's trade rumors going around too.
Who?
Well, Jimmy Butler wants out of the Heat. He wants out of Miami bad.
Yeah.
They suspended him a few games. Pat Riley's an old school. He comes from an old school mindset. So if you're not doing his job, he's gonna let you know. So I mean, in which I agree. I mean, if you can't come to work, I don't care what position you have in this world. You signed a contract. You said that you will do this, and in return, we'll do this. So if you're not holding up your end of the bargain, I get it. We're going to suspend you. Yeah. So and eventually we'll just trade you on out.
And maybe it'll be better for both parties. Only difference is you suspending the guy, telling him he can't play, all that stuff. You're just letting other teams know that you'll take a little bit less for it.
Yeah.
Because if he's not playing for you anyway.
Right.
So Jimmy Butler. I mean, he's an
one
all-star.
of those top players. Yeah.
One of the top players. You normally get a decent amount for him. Right now, teams probably looking at we'll give you a couple second-round picks.
Well, he's saying that he's not happy in Miami, which I mean, it can't be the weather and the women. So it's got to be the team. It's got to be some inside stuff that we the fans don't see.
Yeah, it always
come
is.
on.
And the players always take the rap, like, oh, he's not working, he's not doing what he's supposed to. Come on. There's more to it than that. Jimmy Butler didn't get to where he's at by being lazy and not working hard.
Exactly.
So there's something else going on. I don't know what it is. I don't think it could be coaching either, because Spoelstra's a player's coach. Most players love him.
They do.
He's stuck around there forever. Even after he's been there since LeBron was there, right? LeBron and Wade.
Oh yeah, Wade was there before that. Man started out as a film as a little film director, editor. Yo.
Hey, Wade makes that.
Exactly.
Hey, that's how you step up that ladder. Stayed loyal.
Yep.
Stayed with them. Moved his way up. Got him a couple rings.
Yeah, man. I mean, it didn't hurt, of course, to have Shaq and Dwayne Wade. You had LeBron. You had Chris Bosh. You had all those other.
Ray Allen.
Yeah, Ray Allen. I mean, you had these
Hall of Famers. We're not talking just All Stars.
Yeah.
Famers.
These are what we just named was guys that made the 75 greatest players of all time. So they were on one team. So I'm not saying that's why you would win, because there's teams right now that in my mind that are considered super teams that are losing. Look at Philly. If we were going to start the playoffs today, they wouldn't even make the play-in. They're 11th in the NBA standings right now. And the same over in the West. If we look at the Suns and the Warriors, if we were to start the playoffs today, they wouldn't make it.
How the Suns?
How?
The Suns aren't as
You
crazy.
got Kevin Durant and Devin Booker. These are two Olympian gold medalists a couple months back.
Yeah, like I don't get it. How they're not?
What's happening?
I don't know.
What's happening?
Golden State, I get, because they have one guy.
Right.
They have one man.
Maybe two.
Maybe two with a good. One of them's a good defender and good. You know, he runs the offense. You know, everything in Draymond Green. But still, like, offensive weapons. Most people for a long time argued that Kevin Durant's the best scorer of all time.
Yeah.
False. Michael Jordan's the best scorer of all time. But, you know, Kevin Durant's in that question of top 3 of all time.
Yeah, he's a beast.
I mean, so
I love Kevin Durant. I think
Kevin
he's
Durant's
phenomenal.
great. But how? Kevin Durant is. I've always liked him, liked his game. I think he's phenomenal.
Oh yeah, for sure.
But I'm sorry. I don't care what anyone says. He still hasn't been the guy when he needs to be the guy. Like, you know, he went to Golden State, won a couple championships with a team that already won the championship, been to 2 consecutive championships, and has won a championship since he left. And he also went, you know, he was in Oklahoma City with Russell Westbrook and James Harden.
What a team.
He went to Brooklyn, and he played with James Harden again and Kyrie Irving.
Yeah.
And he was, you know, he's been out there with Kevin Booker and Ayton out there in Phoenix. Dude's played with some superstars, and the only one he's been able to win with is Steph Curry. Yeah. So, I mean, nothing against him. I don't know. I'm not saying it's his fault. I'm just saying that's a lot of superstars to play with. You know, at least, you know, people argue about Kevin Durant. I mean, LeBron James and give him a hard time. Every place LeBron's gone with his super teams, he's still won.
Yeah, he gets you at least one.
Yeah, KD has went to a lot of super teams. He's only won at one of them.
Right.
And there's a bunch of players that have done a lot of teams that went. Russell Westbrook's been with part of a bunch of, you know, super teams. You know, LeBron James, he's been to, you know, 3 different teams. And he's won at least one championship with all of the ones where he's put together these super teams.
Yeah.
And even the one in LA, I mean, yeah, it was COVID year, but I mean, that's not really it was just him and AD, really. I mean,
they still won.
They still won.
They said that's an asterisk. They said that one shouldn't count. I'm like, well, it counts. The NBA, those are bubble playoffs. Like, I don't understand why
did
that
they get paid
doesn't count.
to play that season?
They should damn sure did.
Did they get a ring at the end of the
They
season?
damn sure did.
Is there a banner hanging in the thing?
Last time I checked, yes.
Did they put an asterisk next to the banner?
They did not.
Okay, so it's a championship.
And again, but again, here we are. We're talking. These are people talking that don't necessarily, they don't like LeBron or they don't like LA. So I mean, it's one of those things where you're damned if you do, you're damned if you don't.
They're not realists. I had someone listen. I don't like. I'm not a fan of LeBron on the court. Let me rephrase that. I'm not a fan of LeBron on the court. But he's got a bunch of confidence. He's a top player of all time. Not the top player, but he's top player of all time. Tom Brady can't stand the fucker. Like, on the field, watching him play. He's the best player to ever, best quarterback to ever step on the field. I mean, you can't really argue. He's won 7 Super Bowl rings.
Yeah, that's tough.
Went to one. He left.
left.
First year.
When? What year? How many years?
1 year.
How many years?
Won the Super Bowl.
Oh my God.
And then came back for another year, tried to do it again, and only led the league in passing at 45 years old.
And got to the playoffs.
Got to the playoffs, won a game, made to the second round where he finally got knocked out. And listen, he beat, people saying Patrick Mahomes, listen, you can put him in the conversation, but he's not there yet. Patrick Mahomes lost to him in the Super Bowl. Patrick Mahomes lost to him in an AFC Championship game.
Yeah.
And yes, it's a team game. Okay, so team game. When they lost to him, he had Tyreek Hill and Travis Kelce. Okay, Tom Brady had Gronk and Edelman? I'm nothing against Edelman. Edelman, great player, but Edelman's not Tyreek Hill. Gronk and Travis Kelce are about, to me, I had an argument on this today.
I think Gronk's better in my opinion. That's just me. I'm a fan.
Someone told me online that it's not even close, that Gronk is way better than Travis Kelce. I'm like, y'all are
damn
crazy.
right.
I was like, yo,
you damn right.
Y'all damn Boston fans.
Absolutely.
Y'all are crazy.
Gronk's up there with Antonio Gates and what's his name?
I think Kelce's up there with Gates.
Tony Gonzalez.
You're thinking Tony Gonzalez.
Yeah, both of them. Any great tight end, Gronk is.
I'm not saying Travis Kelce is better than Gronk, but I'm saying that Travis Kelce is in the conversation with Gronk. Travis Kelce averages more catches per game, more yards per game. Gronk scores more in the red zone, more touchdowns per game.
Party boy.
All right. So, when it comes down to it, when you look at all the numbers, they are two different. One is a every down catch a ball and every down tight end. Gronk was the guy that you went to on third down or in the red zone.
Yeah.
Every dang time.
Let's go.
So they're both phenomenal. They're both hilarious. I think it'd be great if they did a tight end podcast
should. They
together.
really should.
They would be hilarious.
They really should.
Gronk and Kelce tight end.
That would be phenomenal.
They should call it the tight end.
The tight end. Yep.
The tight end.
Yep.
They can do all kinds of fun.
And they just start with a case of beer and they just drink.
Yes.
And as the drunker they get,
the more they
the funnier it becomes.
Guest stars with Edelman.
Yeah.
And,
just bring the boys in. Tell them today we get a special guest.
They bring in guys like Gonzalez,
all
Antonio Gates,
the tight ends,
Jason Witten.
Yeah, I'd like to see Moose.
Yeah.
That'd be fire.
Yeah.
Damn, dude, we just gave you guys an idea.
We'll hit the ad.
We'll add you guys too.
We'll add Travis Kelce, add Rob Gronkowski.
Yeah.
They could call it that, or they could call it "Where's My Football Pants."
We'll take the proceeds till you guys. If you want to give us money, cool. But just watch ours. Watch our podcast.
Do a shout out to us out there. Hey, New Heights, Jason Kelce, Travis Kelce, your podcast.
Yeah.
Shout us out. I'm gonna add New Heights too. I'm gonna hashtag everything.
TSB. Get it right. Okay?
TSB.
Yes, sir.
Shout us out. Okay. Shout us out.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be looking for it.
Yes, sir.
At Jason Kelce, at Travis Kelce.
Mm-hmm.
Taylor Swift, anyone.
All the Swifties, we love her. So
yeah, I don't hate on her.
Come on.
Hey, she makes tons of money, puts out music. Not always my favorite song.
Watch, like, subscribe.
We'll get out here having fun. Other than that, we've covered pretty much what we want to cover here. Like I said, Ohio State, Notre Dame. Good luck on Monday.
Go Buckeyes.
Go Buckeyes. My mom from Ohio, she big Buckeyes fan. Almost went to Ohio State. She ended up going Cornell. So, but
I didn't know your mom's from the Cornell. Shout out Cornell.
Little Ivy League stuff.
I see her.
She's smart.
I could never. My grades weren't even seen.
No. But
I'm surprised I could spell it.
I couldn't even go down to the community college down the road.
That's where what was that? Road trip? Not road trip. Was it road trip? Road trip. Yeah. What do you had to go? Had to go.
Ithaca isn't. I shouldn't say community college. It's a small college down in the valley, just below Cornell University. Cornell University, Ivy League school. So Ithaca takes a bunch of crap. So, but that's where mom went. She was gonna go to Ohio State or one of those. She ended up going off to Cornell, but she's a big Ohio State fan. So
shout out Mrs. Atkinson.
Yeah, so she's rooting for Ohio State. She gives me crap because I don't always root for Ohio State. I'm not an Ohio State guy. I'm a Syracuse guy. So, So good luck Ohio State, Notre Dame, and then good luck all the teams in the playoffs this weekend. It's gonna be fun.
Great games coming up.
Great games.
Go Patriots always. Stop playing with me.
They aren't playing anymore.
Go Patriots still. Okay.
Go Patriots.
Next year's our year. I'll sound like
Patriots. Eat those snacks on Sunday watching the game.
Yep. Make sure you wear your something. We're still in it, okay? What I'll be doing is watching old Tom Brady highlights before the game so I can get amped up.
Tears
Tearing up.
Hashtag Kleenex.
Hashtag I'm still hurt. I'm still hurting.
Okay, we're gonna get the Puffs tissues out here. Hashtag on the Puffs.
How dare you guys trade that man? I'm still pissed off.
He didn't trade. He left.
How?
Belichick didn't want him
Let
back.
that man walk out the door.
Bill Belichick said, "I don't need him."
That's like a
Whoops.
That's a pretty ass girlfriend that wants to get married to you, but you're like, yeah, it's that mole you have on your big toe that nobody sees, but I see it, so I hate it. You gotta go. No, you keep him.
Get yourself a ring.
Get yourself a ring. Ah!
So, well, but I have nothing to complain about. Dolphins, we suck again. We're at home for the playoffs at this point. We're used to it at this point, so not really worried about it. The tears for me will come to one day when we actually make it there. With hopefully, gosh, that happens in my lifetime. But anyway, that's it. Appreciate it.
We're here. Remember, watch, like, subscribe. Tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend. We are the Sports Buddies. TSB. Merch is on the way. I hope you guys have a great rest of the week. We do this for us, but we'd love to do it for you too. So I hope you guys continue to watch, continue to love, continue to support. If there's anything you guys want us to talk about, as always, hit that comment button and type it down. You guys, here's the thing. You guys type celebrities that will never see it, happy birthday, but you guys know us and won't even watch the whole damn podcast. I'm talking to everybody.
I'm talking to all of you.
I'm about to tag everybody.
Mom, Dad, where you at?
Watch the show. Well,
I know your pop.
My pops is on it. Shout out to my pops, man. I hope retirement is going fantastic for you. I know it is. You can just watch all of our podcasts. Keep watching it. Watch, like, subscribe. And before we go, I appreciate it at his retirement ceremony. He shouted us out. He said, everybody watch my son's podcast with his best friend. So I appreciate that, Pops. It starts with your own fam. Much love.
Everyone always comes up and says something when we were at your baby shower.
Yep.
Everyone coming up to us because we missed 1 week.
Yep. So y'all like it.
We have 15, 20 people asking us every single week what day is it coming out.
Wednesday or Thursday.
And then I got 10 likes down there.
Wednesday or Thursday. Please be looking for
it. Subscribe,
yes, sir.
Comment. Let us know.
Sir.
Doesn't have to be on sports. Comment on a restaurant you want us to talk about.
You saw what we were doing.
We like to eat too.
We got off track a little bit today, which is fine because it's a podcast. There's no fit scripts. We can talk about whatever you want. But sports is definitely the highlight of the podcast.
Yep.
But hell, we talked about Beyonce today.
We get down on the sports here's getting a little it's a little quiet this time of year
we're
outside
about
of
something
NFL.
else.
So we'll talk about Beyonce. We'll talk about whatever. So
shout out to the Beehive. Shout out to the Swifties too. Okay.
Hey, and Beyonce's husband, Jay-Z.
Yeah, Jay-Z. I can rap. Okay.
I can't. I can't sing. I can't rap.
I can rap.
Nothing.
Cat in a hat. We had a bat.